Today on Seattle Refined, we run away and join the circus. Find out what happens when we run wild behind the scenes of Cirque du Soleil. Plus,
Wincombe fires. Hedge hits the three.
the Storm's secret weapon revealed. Refined goes one-on-one with bench bomber Sammy Whitcomb as the Storm storms towards a championship.
This airplane got multi-airline.
And it's a trip back in time.
It is a time warp, and it's downright amazing. We've got the Bothell High School goalposts here.
We get a tour of something called Nardo Land, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before. Seattle Refined starts now.
Hi everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Have you ever watched an amazing acrobatic performance and thought, how do they do that? That's exactly what we said when we saw a sneak peek of Cirque du Soleil's new show Volta at Merrymore Park. Refined's Carrie Brandenburg went behind the scenes and found it's even more impressive in person.
Mesmerizing. That's the word to describe Volta, the Cirque du Soleil show now at Redmond's Merrymore Park. It's the 15th year Cirque has wowed audiences in the Seattle area, but this particular performance is really something special.
For the first time that we implement sports, street sports in a Cirque du Soleil show. So we have BMX, we have double Dutch, rope skipping, we have roller skating, a lot of disciplines people have never seen, which creates a very energetic and high voltage show, hence the name Volta.
And what's kind of the plot line of it?
So the plotline is a very positive message of self-acceptance. The character is a bit different than the other one. He's got blue feather instead of brown hair, and that makes him different. He's not very happy with that. Throughout the show, he's going to realize that it's okay to be yourself, and the best version of you is the true you.
It's not just the jaw-dropping acts that put Volta over the top. The costume department itself is a showstopper.
So the costumes are obviously a big part of any Cirque show. There are so many. Tell me about this.
So that's the wardrobe area. We have more than 300 pieces of costumes and props in Volta. And the costumes, they were designed by Zaldi, who is famous for having worked with people like Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Katy Perry. So we wanted to have something very lively to go with the story of Volta. This is the concept of the costume of the ultimate free spirit. She is our hair suspension artist, and she is alone on stage wearing this, which makes her look barely, I would say, not wearing much. And she mixed this with ballet, which makes for something never seen before. So we have here the blue feather. This is a wig composed of 1,500 blue feathers.
As impressive as the costumes are, the trampoline wall really blew me away. The height, the strength, it was crazy to see the performers up close.
Cirque du Soleil, everybody knows the name. How cool is it to be a part of one of these shows?
For me, it's super cool. It's been a dream of mine since I saw my first Cirque du Soleil show, so to actually be in one is great. And, you know, this show is full of extreme sports and high-pack energy, so it's definitely one you want to check out.
Do you guys get nervous still doing it?
Every night. No, not really.
In front of thousands of people, really? No nerves at all?
No, that part is faded out.
Wow.
I just still enjoy the adrenaline rush I get. It's fun to perform.
Very cool.
I love it. I thrive on it.
So can you guys show me a few tricks?
Definitely.
All right.
Let's do
Get
it.
right to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. There you go. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not bad for my first try, but I think I'll leave Cirque du Soleil to the professionals and enjoy the show from the audience.
Cirque du Soleil's Volta runs through November 4th, and Refined wants you to see it. You have until this Friday to enter for a chance to win 2 tickets to the show at Merrymore Park. To learn more, head to seattlerefined.com/contests.
Seattle may be known for its entertainment, music, and coffee, but it's also home to some of the best noodle spots in the country.
From pho to ramen, the I District has tons of places to find the perfect noodle dishes, and no need to get overwhelmed. Our Refined.com foodie has revealed her favorite spots. Discover her half-dozen can't-miss noodle joints. Log on to the website and search for Best Noodle Dishes in the International District.
Noodle this. In just a few hours, the Seattle Storm will hit the floor in hopes of bringing back a championship here to the Emerald City. They're in Washington, D.C., taking on the Mystics in Game 3 of the WNBA Championship.
Whitcomb,
The Storm may not even be in the finals if it weren't for the heroics of secret weapon Sammy Whitcomb. The former UW star has come off the bench and played like a Tasmanian devil, giving the team a boost of energy whenever it needed it. I got a chance to chat with Sammy about this special season.
Sue's got it. 7:10 left in regulation. Driving baseline. Kick it back. Who left Sammy Whitcomb open?
Wow, so here we go. WNBA Finals. We're in the middle of it. How exciting is this?
Yeah, it's really exciting. We're really happy to be here. We've worked all year for this, so it's pretty thrilling to see it come to fruition now.
Now, a lot of people, I know you don't want to talk about this, say the Storm would not be in the NBA Finals if it weren't for your play the last couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. You always want to hear that as someone who comes off the bench and just tries to give a spark and stuff. Obviously, you know, we're not there without the play of everybody, particularly Stewie, our MVP, Sue Bird, her fourth quarter heroics for sure. But, you know, it was nice to be able to get in there and get to help the girls out and kind of just, yeah, like I said, be a bit of energy burst for us, yeah.
And how about just being a local lady? You're a Husky, graduated in 2010. How cool is it to be playing for a team right here?
Yeah, it's amazing. I remember being in college 2010 and watching the Storm and being huge fans during their run that year, and I've been fans ever since, obviously. I love Seattle. The fans here are amazing. It's so fun to come back and still have Husky fans come up and say they remember watching me play then, and they're so supportive, so I love it.
You know, it's funny, I read an article about you, and Sue Bird said, you are an annoying player. But that's a compliment because
Yes.
she says you never stop. Whether it's practice, whether you're on the floor, you are just always going like a bulldog.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't get a lot of time on the court always. That's part of the role. In practice, when I have that chance, when we're playing for scrimmaging, I just try to make the most of it. It's my prep for games. It's a great opportunity to play against, you know, Jewel and some of the best players in the world. So I try to take advantage of it so that if I do get moments in the game where I can come in, I feel ready. I feel like I can contribute.
Sammy Whitcomb! 3 for 3 from three-point range!
What's it going to feel like if you can bring that WNBA championship back here to Seattle?
Yeah, really great. Like I said, we've worked for that all year. This city deserves it. There's such great fans. Seeing it in 2010 was incredible. And just having a player like Sue, who's been around, who's committed to this team and this city for so long.
Cole will back it out and get it into the arms of Bird. Bird will take. You bet!
It would be a real treat for her and for the city and the fans.
And how about for you?
I mean, it would be incredible, honestly. Like, from where I've started, how I've got here, to be on a team that won a WNBA championship would probably be the, you know, kind of the culmination of like so many years, so much time in the gym. It would be amazing.
And you graduated with what degree at UW?
A history.
All right, make some history for
Yeah,
us.
let's do it.
All right, go do it.
Thanks, guys.
Tonight's game starts at 5 p.m. We'll, of course, have full coverage tomorrow right here on Refined. Seattle Refined is just getting started. We put the pedal to the metal on a wild, one-of-a-kind race featuring a refined superstar. But first,
so what we're coming up on next here is something really cool.
Yeah.
We get a VIP tour of a local man's own personal backyard Disneyland. And you're not going to believe your eyes. Next.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Garth Swanson. You know, once in a while, you'll run across a unique story, one you've never seen or even heard of before. Well, that's the case with one local man who's made it his life's mission to preserve the past of Bothell and its high school with a few twists along the way. Aaron Mayofsky introduces us to this fascinating collector.
One step on this 12-acre property in Maltby, you know it's something special.
It is very cool. Everybody should come out and look at it. It's such a piece of history. Ron and Sally Jo have done a fabulous job.
Tonight, it's a big party. The 50-year class reunion of Bothell High School.
So I remember being on the ski bus and you gave me Avon perfume.
But this reunion is the backdrop to this backyard extravaganza. The man in charge? Ron Nardoni. He's throwing the party for his sister and her classmates of 1968. He too graduated from Bothell, but tonight he's the host, showcasing his passion, Nardo Land, a massive collection of memorabilia. Ron's mission, preserve Bothell's history and more. To see it all, I jumped into his pink golf cart for a grand tour.
Are you sure you know how to drive this?
No, I don't know.
Nardo Land has it all. Gas stations, a general store, all packed with memories. Ron went 8 collecting decades ago.
Yeah, I actually started over at Maltby, you know, at Maltby Schoolhouse. I started there, the signs there. I started over there. Then I moved over here probably 20 years ago, and I just started coming up with ideas.
Big ideas, like a real espresso stand. It's a caffeinated collection.
So what we're coming up on next here is something really cool.
Yeah, I got that at Murphy's Auction, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Old Barrel. This bowling pin is Jerry Ross. He bowled at Kenmore Lanes, and he's on the Hall of Fame in the state of Washington for bowling, and he passed away.
It is a time warp, and it's downright amazing. We've got everything that you could ever have saved from Bothell High School. Everybody knows in town to send things to Ron because he saves them and preserves them and puts them on display.
This chicken here I got this out of Darby, Montana. It was on a building there. This granary here come out of Brewster. I have a cabin over there in Brewster, Washington. It was in a granary deal, so I took it and made a little apartment out of it. It's teacup.
It's livable?
Yeah, I rented it to a guy.
Oh my gosh, you have to look inside there really quick.
149 square feet bungalow.
Wow.
This little bungalow.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Holy, look at this.
Yeah.
It is the most fascinating collection around, down to Gilligan's Island's SS Minnow and an outdoor theater.
This airplane, I got Maltby Airlines, I got to take that down, paint it. You know, all these ideas, they cost maintenance, you know what I mean?
We got the stadium almost out here, we got the field goals, we got the scoreboard, we got all the memorabilia inside. It's just a dream.
How important is Bothell High School to you?
It is, because my aunt and uncles all went there. They all graduated in the 30s and 40s, and my mom graduated in 41, and I was born downtown Bothell, so I've always loved Bothell. This is my back entrance to Nardo Land here. There's my bus and my Volkswagens.
Do people think you're crazy?
Yeah, they do. My dad wanted to give me a gift certificate to a head shrink.
Over the years, Ron graduated to bigger and better things, like building this working barbershop for his wife.
It's something that he's done for me. That's what it means, because he did something for me.
Nardo Land is magnificent, giving life to the past. Maybe for another 50-year reunion, just the way this historian wants it.
You know, Ron, I am so happy that I was able to come out here and hang with you. This place is truly amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
Can we ride off into the sunset?
Yeah.
For Seattle Refined, I'm Erin Mayovsky.
Ron's proudest achievement might be the Nardoni Scholarship, annually recognizing students who inspire others. Oh, and by the way, Nardo Land is open to select private parties only. Coming up, calling all plain Janes, we have the big change at Dick's Drive-In that you're going to love. Plus, Refined suits up for the mother of all bike races.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, it's a big month for Seattle's iconic restaurant, Dick's Drive-In. For the first time ever, they have changed up the menu.
They are now serving plain hamburgers and cheeseburgers. This may not be a big deal to you, but for many people like my producer Jenna, it's life-changing. She doesn't like condiments and was finally able to try her first Dick's hamburger ever. This was also a shocking move because part of Dick's success is keeping things the same and not messing with success. I jumped behind the counter to see how they do it.
Hi, welcome to Dick's Drive-In. What can I get for you today?
The one thing about the legendary Dick's Drive-In, they are serious about food and being clean from head to toe. From the clothes to the apron.
Go ahead and tie.
How many times have you done this?
That's too many to count.
Woo! To the soap and water and the classic Dick's hat.
Always make sure that the Dick's is in the front there.
Dick's in the front.
Okay, and there you go.
Right there. We ready to make some burgers?
I'm absolutely
Let's go.
ready. Yeah.
My grandfather started Dick's Drive-Ins in 1954 at this location. This was the very first location to open. It opened in January.
And like the simple menu, the business philosophy hasn't wavered over the years.
Step one is to make a profit. A business that doesn't make a profit isn't going to be any good to anyone. Step two is invest in your employees. It's the best investment you'll ever make. And step three is to invest in your community, because when your community thrives, your business thrives.
Today, Dick's recipes have barely changed. Same thing for the equipment. Like this monster grill. In just minutes, these all-fresh, never-frozen burgers were sizzling.
Today's rush hour, is this whole grill filled with burgers?
We can put a maximum of 42 pieces of meat on the grill. So generally our most popular cycle is what's called a 30-42, so that's 30 buns, 42 pieces of meat. That makes us 12 deluxe, 18 other specials, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, whatever it may be.
Once the burgers were well done and the buns loaded with condiments, these babies needed to be wrapped up, stacked.
Our goal here is to make sure that this burger looks exactly the same once it's unwrapped, right?
Okay.
So we don't want to
You don't
wrap it
smash
too
down
tightly.
on it.
No way, Jose.
Okay, so up,
Good.
down,
All right.
pinch, boom,
Yeah.
boom, not smashed, bada bing.
That's a nice looking burger.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How's it taste?
It tastes good because I made it.
Dick says it cranks out tens of thousands of burgers a day. And when it comes to potatoes, you need a little muscle. Hundreds of pounds of fries are gobbled up daily. But someone has to make them. Again, the old school way, on the same old equipment.
Go ahead and grab one. Absolutely. That's perfect.
Kind of got a weird angle to it.
I think it'll fit. It'll fit perfectly, yeah. Oh, there you go. Yep, that way your fingers don't get caught up in the blade. Push down.
Ah,
Great.
oh, that was harder than I thought.
My training wasn't finished. Dick's shakes are all hand spun.
This is an old school multi-mixer, yeah?
And why do you use that?
Because they're the best.
Now, do you try the shakes before you serve them out to the customers?
We take a drink out of each one before
You
we
do?
sell them.
See, that's important. All right. Does that taste right?
Perfect.
We provide timeless value for our customers. So we don't change very often. We only change when we need to provide value for our customers.
How do I look in my Dick's hat? Do I look pretty good?
Fantastic.
I mean,
Yes.
look at it.
Supermodel.
Since this is the season of giving, Dick's Drive-Ins are raising money for Mary's Place and their No Child Sleeps Outside campaign. You can make donations in these boxes at all Dick's restaurants and even round up your order. The extra change also helps support homeless families in Seattle. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Gard Swanson. Just this past week, a biking phenomenon just got back underway in Western Washington. It's called Cyclocross. It's the coolest, craziest, and downright dirtiest thing on two wheels. We tagged along with a member of our Refined team as he transformed from mild-mannered editor to weekend warrior.
Around our Seattle Refined offices, video editor Dan Liberator is known as a nice guy and team player. But when the weekend rolls around, he takes team player to another level.
Go, go, go!
Mild-mannered Dan transforms into a road warrior for a two-wheeled sport that's part bike race, part circus, part obstacle course called cyclocross.
I just really love competition.
Go! Get after it! 1 lap to go! All right! Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it! Whoa!
Cyclocross is a sport where it can kind of combine road racing and mountain biking, and you run over barriers, you carry it up hills, it's oftentimes muddy, it's very high intensity.
At this 1.8-mile loop at Woodland Park, pavement, grass, and gravel collide with a healthy dose of chaos and costumes, and of course, lots of cowbell.
Everyone comes out from the neighborhood, so it's really close to the city. So it feels like a carnival, definitely on bikes.
And they are off. Look at this. Dan started out in a fierce pack, but that intensity soon turned downright kooky as they careened towards the first obstacle, the slip and slide. Riders actually get off their bikes and glide down this soapy plastic path before hopping back on. And then there's the heckling. While the event is equal parts goofy and grueling, strenuous and silly, everyone is welcome to be a part of the fun.
It's all-inclusive. Young people do it, kids do it, women do it, men do it, old men do it. Everyone can do it and can really have fun.
We caught Dan whizzing by, carrying his bike uphill, and finally crossing the finish line.
All right, that's going to do for today's show. I'm Gard Swanson. Thanks for joining us here on Seattle Refined. We'll see you next time.